financial institutions, insurance, name them. All right. So I want us to go on a journey. We'll be identifying the old and then we'll identify the new. For data analysis and processing, the old, we used to have, organizations that would have a lot of data teams. And in most cases, you would have to employ data analysts to come and work on just one project, maybe because the project is large scale. And then after that project, you just have people who are redundant, right? There's nothing to, there's no other project to work on anymore. But with generative AI, you can scale your businesses without trying to scale your workforce. And we identify this problem and say, instead of giving, your data teams months just to work on a couple of documents, in most cases, these documents genuinely are voluminous, all right? And it takes months to analyze, to sift through, just to make one decision. But with generative AI, at Cocoon, we've identified how you can swiftly go through these documents, analyze them, and give out results in a couple of hours, minutes, depending on the volume of the document. And at Cocoon, we were able to build a product that we called Pedigraph that connects to any data sources of your choice, whether it's both structured or unstructured. Just plug it to this database document. You ask questions. And it's not just to tell you, oh, this is where this particular data is in. To also help you generate insights and goes as far to generate graphs, charts for you. So imagine your data team, you want to jump on the project. And the company is saying, we want to do this. We just have 2 or 3 data analysts. And we need like 7 more data analysts. You don't need to do that. With generative AI, you've been able to scale that process, right, without scaling the human force. The next is code generation and deployment. In fact, this is the Achilles heel of most engineering firms. You want to build a product. The product team have sketched out the features that need to be built, right? And, in a normal standard organization, you have to, first of all, define the product scope. Documents have to be put in place. The preliminary, primary code stuff have to be put before you even start developing the advanced features. And these processes will take as long as 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You start, and we've not even started the actual code, all right? And before you know it, you're having just one single product going as far as 8 months without going live. But then we've discovered that Cocoon, and we're able to agree that with generative AI, we should be able to scale how engineering firms, or any firm for that matter, would build their engineering solutions. See those redundancy that Frank spoke about. It's in the old. But in the new now, you can create these dependencies, documents, the preliminary stuff you need to start coding in a couple of minutes. So the time taken for you to build your application initially, it takes you like a month to agree with all the teams, put every scope in order, start the lead to code development. That's 1 month done in 3-4 days. In fact, with consistent usage, you can do it in a day. So we're able to discover this problem. That's the old. The new, which we have defined for ourselves, we're able to build a product called Cocoonity. Now, Cocoonity is meant to do is that it helps automate code generation and deployment processes. So instead of you saying, oh, I need 10 DevOps engineers, so just for this product, after which there will be redundant, of course. With Cocoonity, you just need maybe just 1 DevOps engineer and 1 or 2 backend and front-end engineers. Using Cocoonity, these engineers can be able to flesh out your initial product requirements in less than a week. And we have organizations that have adopted Cocoonity, and trust me, they are attesting to the fact that it has transformed the way they build products and services. Conversational and agentic banking. For me, this is very personal because I can't remember the last time I went to the bank. When I opened my bank, when I opened my bank account, I had to go to the bank, do certain things. If I had an issue, I had to go to the customer care rep. And in most cases, they'll tell you, come back again. And before then, we now started, okay, so before then, you had to do everything, brick and mortar. as much as you want to check your account balance, then we had applications, mobile applications, right, where you could just see your account balance. But there are certain features or certain processes you could not do as a customer. You needed a resolution to any complaint. Maybe you transferred money, and you did not, maybe the recipient did not receive that money. You had to go to the bank just for maybe 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira. And then we now started having simple chatbots in your applications that will tell you to do this, press 1. To do this, press 2. But maybe your function is between 1 and 2, but there's no 1.5. So you'd have to now still go to the bank and just to do that 1.5. So we identified again at Cocoon, and we decided to build a solution that will take us away from the old ways to the new. In fact, we say AI is the future, but first we said that AI is now. And we designed and developed a product called Ruby's AI, which Ruby's digital bank is currently using live on its platform, where users can both perform transactions using natural language processing, send money to this person. I want to buy airtime, get me 2,000 naira airtime. I'm indecisive on what I want to, buy. Help me. What choice should I make? I need a complaint resolved. You can lay your complaint, and in less than 5 seconds, the complaint has been logged. And before 5 minutes or 30 minutes, somebody has gotten back to you via that same system to resolve your complaints. Then customer's inquiry, as simple as I need a loan, but I don't even know, I don't have any information on whether my bank offers a loan or not. Still via that same system and infrastructure, you can still perform this myriad of processes. All right. So now we've seen how generative AI can transform existing corporate or business processes and scale it up without additional costs on both human workforce and monetary costs. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Frank and Daniel. We have just learned about the scale framework, which we can use when trying to identify if a particular opportunity is a proper candidate for generative AI. And we've also looked at some common use cases within the industry. We curated those based on our experience so far within the region. And those are the use cases that keep coming up over and over and over again. And that's why we thought it was important to talk to you about that. So far, we've looked at the shift, the change that is happening within the AI industry. We've looked at common use cases and how to identify opportunities that are perfect candidates for generative AI. We've also looked at how AWS empowers partners to win when it comes to Gen AI. Now, how exactly do we work together? Because remember, the goal is to work together as partners to accelerate the adoption of AI in Africa, because we need to catch up with the rest of the world. So how exactly do we work together as AWS partners? Does AWS allow partners to collaborate? These are some of the questions that are on your mind. And answering those questions would be the head of partnerships at Cocoon, Chidinma Okeke.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me, please? All right. So my name is Chidinma, and I lead the partnership team at Cocoon. And today we'll be speaking about AWS Multi-Partner Network. So I'm sure that we all know today that GenAI is the hottest opportunity in the market. So it's just, when speaking to customers, they want you to do an end-to-end solutions for them. And then if you don't have GenAI expertise today, you have a very high chance of losing that deal. So that is why us at Cocoon, we're here to help you because we have the AWS competency at the moment. We're not here to steal your deal. We're just here to work with you to be able to deliver proper value. And also the best part of it is to give customer confidence. So now I'll be speaking to you about the multi-partner framework. So the multi-partner framework, as we know before, previously in Cocoon, we have been working with some of the partners here to deliver values to customers. But then before, AWS was not able to record it because only one partner was able to get the credits for that. So imagine doing all the work with a partner and then it's only one partner that will get the credit. It is very annoying that you won't get the money. So because of that, AWS had to work on that, had to take records of what people were doing before, and that's why they had to create this multi-partner framework. So we have 3 processes on how we can work together on that. The first one is send a connection request to Cocoon on AWS Partner Central. It's just like we are used to social media. The way you send requests on social media is exactly how you go on the partner network. And then you see, oh, I'm requesting for this so partner to work with. So the second one is create GenAI opportunities on ACE. As my colleague Frank and Daniel mentioned, when you are talking to a customer, there will be a point where, oh, you have identified a GenAI opportunity. From there, before you could even do anything, like just create the opportunity first. Then after creating the opportunity, then let's work together. The third thing there is share the opportunity with Cocoon on ACE. Like I mentioned to you, Cocoon is not going to steal the opportunity. We are just here to be able to finish the opportunity to the end. The first thing is, once you're talking to the customer, us will be at the back end, giving you the GenAI expertise. That's what. So I'll just be showing you a pictorial view on, so this is how, when you go on ACE, this is the partner connection. This is how you can send a request to Cocoon for us to connect together. The second one is, this is for people that create opportunities here, then we can see this is just an opportunity page that we created at Cocoon. And then this is the part where it shows share with partner. Then the last one here, when you share the opportunity with a partner, then you are asked to put in the partner details. So I'm sure we're all familiar with this. Have we seen this before? Yeah, all right. So I'm sure everybody's wondering here, what's the best part of it? Like, why should we be working together? So the first one is the accelerated sales cycle and business outcome. For this particular one, it shows that on ACE, AWS will just say, okay, this particular business, what it does is that at the end of the day, it says, oh, okay, this customer has already identified this. It shortens sales cycle, and then it makes the opportunity for you to give faster delivery to the customer. That's what this particular one does. So the next one is both partner gets the credit for the same opportunity. This is the icing on the cake. This is the best part of it. You know, before I mentioned to you that the first time when they were doing it, it was just one partner that gets the credit. So this particular one now is both partners get the credit for that. AWS recognizes that, oh, both partners did this, and then they end up getting the credits for that. So in conclusion, I think we should tell our neighbors, people beside us, you can just tell your neighbors. We should tell our neighbors that when you see a GenAI opportunity today, when you see a GenAI opportunity today, you have to register it. So please tell your partner that. Are we saying that we're going to do that? So when you see a GenAI opportunity today, you should also know that Cocoon is the place for you to be. And then at the end of the day, what we need to do is give customers confidence. Are we clear on that? So at the end of the day, we're working together to see customers happy. Is that fine? Thank you so much.
All right. Please, a round of applause for Chidinma once again. So she spoke to us about something that is super, super important. how we can collaborate as AWS partners. I'm not sure a lot of people before today were aware of the AWS multi-partner framework, where basically we can connect as partners, like Chidima said, like it is on social media. We can send each other friend requests, we can get to know each other, and most importantly, we get to share opportunities. As Chidima mentioned in the past, when partners would collaborate on opportunities, there was always that difficult conversation. Who is going to put the opportunity on ACE? Because only one partner will get credit for that opportunity. But the reality is that we cannot win alone. Two heads are always better than one. And as time passed, AWS saw this trend increasing, and that is why they created the multi-partner framework. So as Chidima has described today, your alliance lead, your respective alliance leads can actually go on Partner Central and connect with partners. And we are saying that for your GenAI opportunities, Cocoon would be the best choice when it comes to collaboration. So think GenAI, think Cocoon. Now, we have reached the end of the session today. We have spoken intensely about the change that is happening within the industry. We have learned how to identify GenAI use cases using the SCALE framework. We've also looked at popular use cases today within the region. And most importantly, we've looked at how to collaborate and win as AWS partners. So giving the closing remarks today and taking questions and answers will be none other than the CEO of Cocoon, Yinka Daramola.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, hope you've had a good time today. Yeah, so we had a number of KPIs before the event. Number one, we wanted every table, every seat occupied. How well did we do with that? Great, isn't it? Yeah, thanks a lot for taking time out to be here today, because I know how busy you guys are. I know you had to leave a lot of meetings, a lot of commitments. I was very, very unsure that we'll have the room filled up. So the room is filled up. Thanks, good guys. I mean, you've done a good job. The second KPI we had was, what's going to be the takeaway? What will people take home? Okay, so to know how well we've done with that, I would love to, I'm looking for volunteers. What will be the takeaway today for the past 2 hours that you've been sitting here? Anybody? Sorry, can you take the mic around? Sorry, you want to say something? Yeah. Yeah, driving GenAI for Africa, starting from Nigeria. Any other takeaway from anyone? What was the take home? Okay, thank you. Fantastic. Driving GenAI for Africa, right from Nigeria, right from this room, right from Lagos. And the second one is, Cocoon is ready to partner with anyone. So the truth of the matter is this: the biggest deal when it comes to cloud computing, the biggest deals that we've ever gotten, we got through partners. And that is one of the reasons we've been on the neck of AWS to create something similar to what they've created, the multi-partner platform. We can always collaborate. You've got a strength that we don't have, but we've got some strengths that you don't have. So when we collaborate, like somebody said, let's break the bread together. Two big heads, no, two good heads are better than one. I don't know if my head is so big. Yeah, so let's collaborate. It is completely unusual around this this part of the world. We are good at poking fingers into each other. Let us collaborate. Okay. So let me tell you something that you'll be missing out on a lot of opportunities. A lot of you don't even know that some conversation the customer is having with you, you have almost $100,000 you're missing because you are not aware that there's huge funding opportunity from AWS for that kind of conversation. So I believe that we all still need a way of identifying those GenAI opportunities. It's not so easy. Sometimes it's not so apparent to see GenAI opportunities, but I can tell you everywhere you look, there is a GenAI opportunity for you. So my colleagues tried to see a few GenAI solutions that we built for ourselves. They also tried to let you see what are the signals for identifying GenAI opportunities. Anything, let's start having conversation with your customers. Let me tell you why this is the best time to take these opportunities. One, the big guys in tech are all fighting for relevance. They are all fighting for the market share, and they don't care how much they spend. Trust me. Google wants to win, AWS wants to win, Microsoft wants to win, OpenAI wants to win, xAI wants to, all of them want to win, and whatever money they're spending shouldn't make sense to you. They don't make sense at all. But everybody's wondering, why are they spending so much billions? It is because only one or two of them will win, but whoever wins the AI war wins everything. So that's why they put in a lot of money on the table. And the best way to take part in that is to look for AI opportunities. Sometimes you care. What they care about is they want to win the AI war. They want to look into the skies at some point in the future and say, what's the percentage of the technology driving AI opportunities in the world? They want to be the best. They want to have the lion's share of that. So please, if you need support at any point in time, please reach out to us. We are just a call away. We have an office in Lagos, Church Gates. Always knock on our door, make a call to us, send us an email if you want us to jointly talk to customers. Sometimes partners talk to us. They take us to their customers to have conversation with customers, especially if it's going to be too technical. And sometimes the cost of getting the resources that you need, the resources are not available, number one. The ones that are available are not so good, number two. Instead of looking towards India for resources, we have them bountifully here with you next door in Lagos at Cocoon. So please, the third KPI is that we should not leave this room without deals being signed. So they're looking for deals. They haven't gotten anyone. So that by the time we get to the office tomorrow, they don't get their sack letter. Please help them. So let's sign deals. Let's exchange numbers. Let's shake hands. Let's look towards the future to make money. Okay? So you shouldn't come to this room and leave without signing the deal. Okay? Who is ready to sign the first deal? Who is ready? Who is ready for the first partnership? Who is that bold? Fantastic. So let's hear from you. What do you look for in the deal that you're about to sign?
Because of market trends.
Yeah.
And there are potential deals that we're about to close.
Correct.
So I think we're already in communication with Cocoon for a long time.
Correct.
Just to strengthen that conversation.
Thank you.
Not today, not tomorrow, but definitely before the year runs out.
Thank you very much. Let's have a hand up program. So thank you. Who is going to sign the second deal? I'm a deal man. That's what I live for. Who is fantastic? We have a second deal. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for this. It's good to know about all the opportunity. But it's not a deal. But
Yeah. Thank you.
Cocoon has any partnership.
Let's have one room. Daniel, yeah, making noise. Yeah.
Partnership collaboration with governments and non-funding organizations.
All right. Thank you. All right. So the question is this. He didn't sign a deal, sadly so, but he has a very important question. He wants to know if you have partnership with governments, institutions, and NGO, Kenyan governments. The strongest partnership with what's it called, the UAE, all right? And recently we started talking to government institutions in Nigeria, but we haven't really seen any. But if you think you have that connection that we can jointly pursue please let us know. Okay, so I know what you're talking about. Okay, sometimes it's easy to quickly close deals if it's going to be funded by some institutions. Okay, so we may have conversations after the event. Thanks a lot for that question. Okay, so I think we should move quickly to the next phase, question and answer. I know you've listened to a lot today. My colleagues have told you loads and loads of information. Some of you were writing. I was really glad. It means they were making the point clear across to you. But I know also that you have questions that you want to ask. I don't have answers to most of them. I only close deal. So they will have the questions, the answers to your questions, but I can always call them on the room, to the stage. If you have any question, please, we can quickly answer your question. Anybody? Okay, thank you.
Just in terms of integrating external applications.
Yeah.
So my colleague here actually registered our company PPC, and we have platforms. We're a telecom application company, and we do all other stuff.
Yeah.
We have platforms that are existing. And I think there's this term, RAG. RAG means
Right.
retrieval augmented generation.
Yeah. Please pardon him.
So, the idea is integrating external platforms with Cocoon platform, Normally you'd say APIs and all of that, but,
Correct, yeah.
So is there a framework for that? What are the resources we could get to do that?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, let's clap for him. That was a very good question. Yeah, so I'll pretend to be technical enough to answer your question. All right, but if I answer it not so good, I have my colleagues are here. This is their day. They're pumping up to answer all the questions. Okay, so yeah. So we work with organizations. Sometimes customers come to us asking for a solution they cannot afford, right? Recently, just last week, one big organization that Nigeria gave a contract to fight in the north, some area IoT, very correct, wide area surveillance solution. When we designed, it became really clear. It's a $2 million, $3 million solution. Okay, they can't afford it. So what we did was to deploy that in our own environment instead and provided that service as a SaaS to that organization. So it becomes something affordable to them. All right, they would have needed some $2-3 million upfront. Maybe they spend about $100 or $200 every month, or $300, less than $1,000. So yeah, we know one major problem we see in Africa is that poverty is tough. When we work with organizations outside of Africa, it's easy to sell. In fact, sometimes they wonder, will it work? Say, why do you think it won't work? Sorry, it looks so cheap. But that same thing, give it to an African company, they run. All right, they run. Okay, so we are aware of that. And what is sensible? Business sensibility is to price differently. Yeah, that is correct. We'll do that. Thanks a lot. It's been nice to work with you. We're closing the second or third deal with him. Yeah. Any other question? Anyone? Men have been talking. I want a lady. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
They have to dress you up before you talk.
Based on buzz level.
Okay.
I just want to try.
Yeah.
Here, I've enjoyed the lectures so far from your crew. They're
Yeah.
purpose for them, please. Yeah. What I want to ask is one, our company deals with Oracle and we deal with Microsoft.
Yeah.
And we're just migrating to AWS.
Yeah.
Now, most of our clients that we have, they are Oracle and Microsoft. Now, what I want to ask is, if we want to convince our clients, is AWS cheaper? Because as in Africa, people want cheaper opportunity and they want to benefit for the same products.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, is AWS more cheaper that we can be able to convince them? And did they actually have the package that Oracle and Microsoft have?
All right.
Thank you.
Fantastic question. What's your name, sir?
Abiodun.
Abiodun from which company?
FM Concept.
Sorry?
FM Concept.
Is your CEO here?
No.
Okay, fine. Let's talk after.
All right.
All right. So that's a very good question. Cost. If you ask most of African entities, how do you choose what tool to use? How do you choose who to go for? It's always number one reason, cost. The second reason, cost. And the third reason, cost. So if you listen to the answer I gave him, I said we are price and cost sensitive when we deal with African companies. If they ask you, is AWS cheaper? I can guarantee that you say to them, yes, you don't need to know. But do you know what guarantees when it comes to AWS that they will have it cheaper? Architecture. So if there's anything we do, I don't want to boast, okay? Better than anyone you can think about is architecting. So we've seen situations where customers are on $100,000, working with them, we crash. When we tell them we're not going to achieve just marginal reduction in cost, we crash from $170,000 to below $10,000 for most customers. So sometimes I pity African countries because the money is not there, but we're enriching the West more and more, okay? So we work with I think this goes to everybody. If you have any customer that is looking for optimization, that is complaining about cost, just bring them to us. I can assure you, most oftentimes more than 50% cost reduction. So tell them, yes, AWS is cheaper. Number two, we also have a lot of packages, like I explained. Rather than build a solution for them, they can't afford it. We build, put it in our own environment, and expose it to them as a SaaS. Does that answer your question? All right, thank you. Yes, a lady this time around. Do we have souvenirs? Did we bring souvenirs? Oh, please, she has to get 2. Yeah. Discrimination. And this is a positive discrimination. This one is welcome. All right.
Okay, hi. So I just wanted to write on the question that he asked.
Okay.
He mentioned something about how Cocoon can integrate other apps. And I'm assuming that it is company's app. But I want to ask, what about apps that everybody uses, like WhatsApp? Is Cocoon's Gen AI compatible with WhatsApp? Because most people now build for WhatsApp. We can now shop on WhatsApp. We can bank on WhatsApp. So I just wanted to know if it is compatible with WhatsApp, because that's what most people in Africa use.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, correct. We've done all manners of integration with all manners of systems. Oh, by the way, she gave us another name, Cookie or something. Yeah, I mean, I always write, I have about 1,000 different forms of Cocoon. All right, so yeah, that's correct. We integrate with publicly available systems, not just proprietary systems. We integrate across. If you have any of such a deal, talk to us. We have engineers that can integrate just about any system. We've integrated with WhatsApp, for example, for an health, a company in the health sector. And I think somewhere in Kenya. So patients can actually book appointments on WhatsApp. So we can do that. Should I say there's nothing which we can't do? Honestly speaking, there's nothing we can't do. Just talk to us, we'll do it. Any more questions? Thank you. Yeah. You don't need to dress this, Oga, don't worry. Okay, don't worry. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. So I just want to go looking at actually of most of our clients are actually governments.
Okay.
Looking at the policy framework in Nigeria, is all those tools or framework on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So oftentimes when we sell, we hear from customers, especially governments, talking about data sovereignty. They want the data here. So there are solutions for that as well. Number one, let me tell you how we start with. That regulation is wrongly understood. I want to tell you. A number of customers don't even know what is not acceptable outside of Nigeria. So some are paying a lot of money because they are wrongly interpreting the law. So we help them to interpret the law and help them know what shouldn't be outside of Nigeria. So if we take that first step, the second step is to now architect right. And that is correct. We deploy locally as well. It depends on need. I don't know if you get, there's a customer we deployed for. We went back to them to say, see, if you apply the law correctly, some of this data is allowed outside of Nigeria. And when we re-architected, okay, not going, outside of the law, we reduce their cost tremendously. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so don't let us misinterpret the law. Let's interpret it correctly. It doesn't mean no data shouldn't be outside of Nigeria. There's certain type of data that shouldn't be outside of Nigeria. And it also depends on which industry your customer operates in. Financial services, military, government. So they're different. Okay, health, they're different. Not only in Nigeria, even outside of Nigeria. We know how to apply. We have a regulatory department, a compliance department that makes sure everything we do, we help the customer to meet the regulation. All right. One more question? Okay. All right. Thank you. You can guess him more. Yes.
Right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I was just going to ask, your colleague mentioned earlier on how we can spot different opportunities, right? He mentioned something about the skill stuff, which is the structure, creative documentation, access to information, and all that. So I was just going to ask, which is the easiest for partners to close out quickly, just for us to spot these opportunities and how we can use this out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. What is it? I'll have a rule of thumb for the question is, how really can we identify GenAI opportunities? So let me give you, if you have your customer in financial services, there are loads of opportunity. So by default, the customer is in FSI, it's an FSI customer. There are loads of opportunities. If the customer is in health sector, there are loads of opportunities, right? If your customer is in a Greek sector, there are loads of, that's why I said earlier on, everywhere you look, there's money to be made, real money to be made. I can tell you something. Why I even told my colleagues that we need this kind of session is that we shouldn't be making this money alone. We made quite some money, all right, using GenAI. So you can see. So if you bring, we can multiply how much money we're making and make sure you have the opportunity to make money as well. So FSI, health, security, like the example I gave earlier on is in security. The way we've been fighting insurgency without using AI has cost us, I don't know, some other people have different opinion about that, okay? So everywhere you look, I think the starting point is, if you know your customer is looking to transform his business, just talk to us. Just naturally talk to us. I have this customer. You don't necessarily need to mention the name of the customer at the beginning. It's an FSI, this is the situation, and we can tell you, talk to the customer about the following opportunities. It's either we built this software, the GenAI solution, or we can build from scratch for the customer, or we can leverage already existing GenAI solution somewhere. Okay, so if your customer is in FSI, health, education, what else? Telecoms. We've seen tremendous, a large number of GenAI opportunities. Okay, so don't trouble yourself. Just talk to us. When you talk to us, we'll put to you a team that will help you figure out how to make money from GenAI, basically. So when you put a customer on the table, we'll tell you these are the various ways you can make money through AWS. They are insanely looking for market share. Do you understand that? They are looking for market share. In fact, I foresee a situation where, okay, so I think I need to also mention that to you that we're not just an advanced consulting partner, we're also an advanced training partner with AWS. So what does that mean? We train engineers. So I think sometime next month or so, we'll be inviting you to send your staff to us. We'll be staging one of its kind engineering accelerator, because we also know that a lot of partners struggle to get the resources that they need. So you may get an email from us. I think we're going to be, will it be Nigeria or Kenya? It's in Nigeria, I think. Yeah. So next month you'll get that. So we do that as well. My time is up, right?
I just wanted to contribute to the question.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, it is.
Okay, it is.
We know you're enjoying yourself, so.
No, I'm closing deals.
Just to add to the question, so this framework you saw, Scale, they are not independent of each other, right? So all of them tell a story. So it's not like one is a type of generative AI opportunity. No, it's not. So all of them, you could be a multiple of S and C, A and E, but just let's dumb it down. If you see a task and when you look at it, it actually requires humans' input, humans' intelligence to solve that problem. If generative AI was not there, you need a human's input to understand and to bring intuition to the solution. Then before you could not solve it, but now with generative AI, you can do it. So once you see a task and we say, oh, engineering team tells you, oh, we can't do this. We need a human being to actually do this because only human intelligence can do it. Then it becomes a generative AI task. So that's how to identify one.
All right. A good example would be something that shocked one of our customers is how we use Gen AI to replace a DJ. So they couldn't believe it. Selecting the right music, mixing the right thing. I don't go to parties, but I mean, I don't know if I'm saying it. NK, am I saying it the right way? Yeah, that's our own engineer that goes to club on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday. Yeah. Have you seen the Gen AI mixing things? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. So I think that brings me to the end of the session. I really want to appreciate you for coming. From the bottom of my heart, from my belly, right? We're so appreciative that you made it here. After this conversation, I will be looking to sign deals with people. Please, I would like to answer everybody's question that I cannot answer here. I'll be sitting there. Let's exchange numbers. Let's make things happen. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Yinka, for that engaging Q&A session. I can see the smiles on everyone's faces. So I think you all enjoyed it as well, as much as I did. So from the beginning of this conversation, we've been saying Gen AI, Gen AI, Gen AI. But there's also another word or another acronym that we've mentioned several times today, and that is AWS. Now, our partner is actually present today, being represented by Barry Okoro. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with her. Please give her a round of applause as she comes up. Sounded like you were introducing Pastor Lloyd.
Everyone. Firstly, I want to thank everyone for honoring our invitation that Cocoon sent to you. Thank you because you've got a lot to do, but you came here. And I basically, they've been talking since, and I just wanted to reiterate their words that you've been in the room today. I've worked with partners before, I've worked across, and it's kind of strange. I know some of you are asking why. Why is a partner calling a partner saying, come and share money with us? It's kind of strange, but if you've ever created an opportunity on ACE, you will see that within that tool, there is a place that you can attach a partner there. So whatever they're doing today is valid because we know that everything does not rely on one person. You might have the relationship, you do not have the technical skills yet. They've got lots of technical skills. They might not have a relationship where you are. It's just like AWS today. They're what? How many account managers, how many people? And we're expected to reach all of Nigeria. The reason you exist is because you are our extended sales force. So we are all extension of each other. So that's the whole idea of why you're here today. So I know leaning to what they have offered, work with them. They are valid to do this because I know trust might be an issue, but this is maybe personal or whatever, but trust me, they can come and work with you. You sign your NDAs, you sign your MOUs. Hello. You sign your NDAs, you sign your MOUs, and you work together. They can be white labeled. You continue to be in front of the customer and they stand as you, either way, it's stuff they have done. And which is why, we stood behind them to say, you can go to the market and have an event like this. So please, yes, you don't have all the skills today. Doesn't mean you see an opportunity, you walk away. That's just what we're telling you. You don't have to have everything today. You can lean on them as you build your own skills to take the market. So thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to working with you through Cocoon to build and innovate on behalf of our customers. By the way, who is aware of GITEX next week? Have you registered? Are you coming? Are you engaging? AWS is there. C70 is a store at Eco Hotel. Please come ask questions. Cocoon is also
also there as an AWS partner at Landmark. So all of those information, next week is heavy for us in the tech world. Please engage, ask more questions, come and even dive deeper into what you heard today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Jibere. And that is the last conversation that we'll be having today. From the Cocoon team and from AWS, I just want to thank you so much for taking out the time to attend the event. There is a QR code on the screen. You can scan to leave your feedback on the event. Now, before we all leave, we just want to take a quick group photo on the stage. Sorry? Okay, so before we all leave, we want to just take a quick group photo on the stage. So if you'd all just join me in the front, the photographers will arrange just 2 or 3 quick pictures, and we can go. Please don't forget to scan the QR code, just leave some feedback for us. Thank you so much. You don't want to take a picture of us. Please, can we come to the stage for a quick group session, a quick photo, sorry. What's that? Please, could you join the photo session on stage? Yes.